What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I have an in-depth comparison between the all-new Roto Grip GEM and the Roto Grip Idol Helios. So if you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you like this jersey, you can go to coolwick.com and use my promo code Napoles10, that's Napoles10, and that'll get you 10% off your entire order. And then if you want to order either the GEM or the Idol Helios or anything bowling related, there's going to be a link down below in the description where you can order one, and it is a direct way to help support the channel. There's also going to be a link down below in the description to my Patreon as well as my Discord, and the Discord is completely free. So the GEM and the Idol Helios are two pretty different balls, but the one thing that they have in common is that the base formula for the cover stock is the same. All right, so let's start in the GEM because it's the newer one of the two. So the GEM features the Defiant LRG core, which in 15 pounds is an RG of 2.47, a max differential of 0.053, and a PSA of 0.016. And then wrapped around that Defiant LRG core is the Micro Trax solid reactive cover stock that comes out of box at a 2000 finish, and then the layout is 30 by 5 by 30. The Helios features the Icon core, which in 15 pounds is an RG of 2.49, which is 2 ticks higher than the GEM, and a max differential of 0.052, which is only 1 tick lower than the GEM, and it doesn't have a PSA because it is a symmetrical core. And then wrapped around that Icon core is the Extreme Trax solid reactive cover stock that also comes out of box at a 2000 finish, and the layout on this one is 30 by 4.5 by 30. So very similar layouts. And then as far as the cover stocks go, the Micro Trax on the GEM is stronger than the Extreme Trax on the Idol Helios according to the chart of cover stocks for Roto Grip. So let me know down below in the comments if you guys have an Idol Helios and if you're considering ordering a GEM when it releases on March 11th. So I'm gonna take you guys out on the lanes now so we can get this comparison going. All right, first shot here, comparing the Roto Grip GEM to the Idol Helios. Yeah, this thing is gonna be so much stronger than the Helios. Oh, I'm gonna move a little right here off that 10 pin. See if I can go a little bit more flush. Keeping it more up the lane seems to be the GEM's best friend here, keeping it away from that friction. All right, let me see if I can repeat that shot here before I get into the Helios. All right, so we just got done with the first 5 shots with the GEM, and it is very early, very, very smooth. So when I get it into the friction, it doesn't really want to shape a whole lot. And that's because of the strength of the core and the cover combined. Now we're going to get into the Idol Helios, and what I'm predicting is going to be a motion that's going to be at least similar in the front part of the lane, but one that's going to come off the friction significantly harder because it is that symmetrical core and because it has a weaker formula. It's still a very strong core and cover ball, but weaker when compared to this GEM. So that's what I'm expecting. Maybe even like a nice little step down off the GEM. So I'm going to take you guys back on the lanes, and I'm going to go to the same spot I was just at with the GEM, at least to start. All right, first shot here with the Helios. Oh, so that was actually from the same spot, but the Helios came off the corner really, really hard compared to. Missed in a little bit. Man, it's been a while since I've thrown this Helios with a fresh surface. And man, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Come around it. Oh! This is just another classic example, guys, of the right tool for the right job. And then I 7-pin. All right, that 7-pin was disgusting. I had the front 4, then I 7-pin. So let's, last shot here with the Helios before I get back into the GEM. All right, so I'm 5 shots in each with the Helios and the GEM, and the cover on the Helios is definitely strong. Obviously not the same, because I still think that the GEM, the cover is stronger, but the strength-wise, they are very, very close. And I was able to strike from pretty much the same part of the lane. These balls have similar RGs, similar differentials, similar cover stocks, similar layouts. But the one big difference that I'm seeing is that the Helios comes off the spot way harder than the GEM. The GEM is way more rounder off the spot, where the Helios wants to really like jump off the spot a little bit. Now, compared to other shiny balls as an example, the Helios is still gonna be very, very smooth in the grand scheme of things. Just when you put it next to the GEM, it's going to appear that it's a little bit quicker down lane. I'm gonna move in a little bit, get into some oil, and see how this looks here with the GEM. So this part here might be where the GEM starts to separate itself from the Helios when I get in quick like this. Yeah, if I miss right, no chance. Yeah, if I miss right into the friction, it's flat 10 all day. I have to keep it in a little bit. That's 2 in. In between those. I think in between those shots will be perfect. So let's try that here. Like that, there we go. All right, last shot from here with the GEM before I get into the Helios. So when I get in like that, especially early, because there's not a lot of transition on the lanes, the GEM starts to really look good. I definitely can't miss right into the friction, because it's gonna tend to roll out a little bit, at least for me in this situation. And every time I did, I flat 10'd. But when I kept it in the oil, it looked really good. And again, this is one of those things that I always talk about, the right tool for the right job. The GEM is a good ball, there's pretty much no denying that. But in the situation I'm in, the right tool for me, I think, would be the Helios, especially right now. And again, if I was bowling on a heavier volume, longer volume, balls like this GEM, like the Proton Physics, like the Reality, are gonna end up looking really good. And then stay tuned, because I have a video coming in a couple weeks about me throwing the Reality, the Proton, and the GEM on the Dragon pattern. So hopefully that can get that to you guys sooner rather than later. Let's go back to that same spot now with the Helios. All right, here's the Helios from that same spot. Missed in, but got away with it. So I'm gonna try to get the ball right a little bit to where I flat 10'd with the GEM and see if the Helios recovers. Yeah, the Helios definitely allows me to create more angle and still get to the pocket. But I prefer those straighter angles. Yeah, I just feel like this Helios gives me the most amount of miss room to still strike. Wow. So I definitely have miss room, but just can't miss that much. So let's get this one right and end on a good note. There we go. So from that part of the lane, I felt like the Helios gave me the most amount of miss room, where if I missed in, it kind of just sat there a little bit. And then when I missed right, it definitely had way more recovery down lane. Again, I think it's because of that symmetrical ball. And I tend to match up better with the symmetrical balls anyway. And I think that's what we're seeing here. Again, it's all about using the right tool for the right job in the right situations. So now I'm gonna get back into the GEM, and I'm gonna try to move even further left, and maybe I'll like start left and move back right a little bit so that we can see a bunch of different angles with both of these balls. All right, so I'm gonna get here pretty far left with the GEM to see, and I'll move right every shot. So I'll move here like a full zone right and see here. That'll be pretty good. Wow. So I'm gonna move another zone to the right, and I think this is gonna be as far right as I get with this ball, because it definitely needs some oil. All right, move back another zone left here. And again, same thing. Don't want to get it going to the friction. All right, last shot of the video with the gem. And again, another zone left. Same thing. Don't want to miss too far right. Definitely missed right. Woo. So we saw a couple shots of the gem from a couple different zones. And I think the biggest takeaway for me since I've drilled this ball is that with the fresh out-of-box surface, you have to keep it in the oil. There's, like, at least for me, I cannot get the ball going right. As it lane shines, it starts to look a little bit better when I get it into the friction. But just keep that in mind that if you have a fresh coat of surface on it, you're gonna wanna keep your angles a little bit more shut down. So now we're gonna get back into the Helios, and I'm gonna throw 5 shots from the same 5 spots that I was at with the gem so that we can see what the differences are. But by now, I think we already know that the hook potentials at least is in the same realm. I still think the gem is a little stronger, but the Helios is gonna come off the spot a little bit harder. And for me, that results in a more usable ball on the house shot. I'm gonna get back in this super far left zone, and I'll move right 2 zones and then come back like I did with the gem. Oh! All right, gonna make that same move, a zone to the right with the Helios. That's gonna be really good. Oh! All right, I'm gonna make that same zone to the right move, and hopefully the Helios continues to look pretty good. Got it right for sure. Oh, what could have been with that shot. All right, I'm really gonna need these messengers to connect, but here's another zone left now. All right, another zone to the left here, and the last shot of the video. So come on, let's end on a good one. That looks good. Yeah. All right, so we're here at the end of the video comparing the Helios to the gem. And I think the biggest thing to take away is just how strong and how much stronger and earlier the gem is compared to the Helios. So if you're looking for a ball for those heavier volumes that you want to keep in front of you, smoother ball reaction, you're going to get into the gem. And then if you're looking for a ball that's going to be a little bit cleaner, more benchmark, because this is way too strong to be a benchmark, the Helios would be more considered a benchmark ball. So if you're looking for a benchmark ball that's going to be really strong in the oil, still shape a little bit down lane, you're going to want to get the Helios. All in all, if you're building a 6-ball arsenal, I can 100% see both of these in the bag, especially if you're bowling on a tougher pattern, something different than just a house shot. So guys, thank you so much for joining me in this video. I super appreciate it. You know I can't do this without you guys. So click right here to watch some of my other videos. Click right here to subscribe. Chris, sign them out.
Yo, thanks for watching, everyone.
Bam.
Discord.